Hello, Namaskar. Welcome to New2 Live Talk. This is Questions of Life. I'm Shraddha Mishra, and you are watching New2 Germany. This is yet another session of domestic violence, and we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Surekha Tiwari. She is a psychological counselor. Dr. Surekha, you are most welcome in New2 Live Talk. So, viewers, we are discussing about domestic violence. Today, we will take this topic forward and talk about who are the people who become victim of domestic violence. Dr. Surekha, please give some light.
Um, Shraddha, do you think you can be a subject of domestic violence?
I cannot, for sure.
Not easily. Why? This why answers your question. Because as a person, you will not take it, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Like
of
that's
course.
the first thing which will come to your head. I will not take it.
Yeah.
Dare you hit me? This feeling, this feeling when it is not there.
Hmm. Yes.
the the chances of you becoming or chances of anybody becoming a victim are
Mm-hmm.
higher. Now, who
Mm-hmm.
are the people who will not have this feeling? There has been a huge study by the United Nations Human Rights Body
Mm-hmm.
about domestic violence,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a statistics which says that 81% of the victims who are suffering through domestic violence are women, and themselves realize that we do not have the correct statistics about male victims.
Mm-hmm.
A, because those cases are not reported. B, there is a lack of whole data analysis on how many males. But still, even if we say that there is an increment of 10%, 15% in the number of males, but you see there is a huge disproportion between female sufferers and male sufferers. So, when we talk about such a controversial topic on a forum like this, we have to focus on every perspective of why you can become a victim. One of
Yes.
the easiest and bottom line cases which has been found is child marriages.
Okay.
So let's go back in our childhood for 5 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
when a girl is growing, possibly, like she's growing and she's growing and she's playing, and she's very happy being having dressed up like a doll, and she's got pigtails. She's growing up. She's so worried about her look. She's so worried about what she's going to do in future. And the
With that
parents are
also.
telling you must learn to do this, learn to do that. So there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent build-up which is happening for the girl child.
Hmm.
But in a very large number of cases, we see that in the male child, when he's
Hmm.
growing up with certain sentences like, why are you crying like a girl? Why are you cooking like a girl?
Hmm.
You need to do something. You need to make some career of yourself. Otherwise, you will not reach anywhere in life.
Hmm.
You need to become big. You need to become famous. You need to become very, very successful. You need to become rich. So if we pick up a cross section of the society in which a girl gets married to this teenage boy who's just discovering his physical and other strengths, and these two are joined in holy matrimony, so to say. So
Yeah.
it becomes very easy for him to hit the girl. And तूने मेरी बात नहीं माने, I hit you. And for the girl to say, oh God, I should not have done. And it becomes a play. When the play carries itself over into adult life, and when it becomes part of the deal itself, we are never able to pinpoint. Before it is too late. After 5 years of marriage, after 10 years of marriage, when the woman say you can't hit, he says, yeah, I've done it all my life.
Mm-hmm.
What's new today that you're protesting? So those are the cases which make up for a very large percentage of
Hmm.
domestic violence.
Hmm.
Second is those women who, the classical, the classical Adarsh Bahu,
Hmm.
the classical Adarsh Mahila,
Yes.
जिसकी आवाज नहीं आती, somebody who doesn't have a volume or a voice,
Hmm.
somebody who has been made the perfect woman, one who loves to cook, to decorate the house, to give birth to perfect children, to make the household a perfect, beautiful place. So her strengths are lying only in being a very, very nice homemaker. But she doesn't seem to be having any rights over other aspects of life,
Hmm.
where the vacations will go, the children with schools the children will go to, what is the difference in the house which she can make. And she takes it all thinking that it's fine. We've divided our roles. He looks after everything. I had counseled a lady once in the US.
Mm-hmm.
She could not tell where a flower pot could be kept in the house.
Oh.
She was not allowed. The husband was particular, the husband wanted it this way, and if she kept it somewhere, he would pick up the pot and break it.
Oh.
That scared her so much that she never opened her mouth again.
Very bad.
Why I give these examples is domestic violence is not always about hitting.
Yeah.
Domestic
It's
violence is a lot
about
of emotional abuse as well. Domestic abuse, it's a whole plethora of problems. One is mental, second is emotional. I don't love you. I married because my family wanted to just shut up and sit in a corner. I am looking after you because I am great. This is emotional abuse. Okay, you are not worthy of me. I should not have had. I could have had that girl, this girl. I decided to marry you because you were the most domesticated girl I ever met. So I was like happy she'll look after my house. This is emotional abuse. So that is emotional. The third is psychological. Have you looked at yourself? The way you dress. I can't even take you out in the society. Just get lost. Psychological abuse. Your family, it's full of filth. Don't even ask me to go there. Psychological abuse.
Hmm.
So abuse has a very, very wide spectrum. It doesn't have to be that one slap was abuse and the rest of it is normal. It is not. So the third kind of women who I think we can make the maximum impact on, and which who can really save themselves from disaster, are those women who are educated but not financially independent.
Yes.
Now there is a difference. They are educated, they are working, they bring a salary home, but
Hmm.
after the salary comes home, there's no control over it. She cannot be the master of whole of it, but she has to have she has to have her own money, which she understands is hers.
Hmm.
And one thing which I've always seen when I say the money you understand is yours, and also to understand money as per, there is another group of women which I have seen in a lot of cases, is they're educated, they're employed, but they are not financially aware. And I have seen this in a lots of cases. The salary comes home, and after that, the husband looks after the money because, in the size of that, all the money should stay together. We will have joint accounts, and I am going to manage all the investments. I'm very sure it must be striking chord in a lot of women out there. No problems. Let him do the investments. Let him do. Let there be a joint account. Let us believe that the husband or the wife who's controlling the money is doing it with good intentions. But there's a saying in English: trust in God, but lock your car.
Yes.
So that's very, very important. You must have a pool of money which is completely yours. I
Hmm.
had a case in Oman. The man asked the woman for the passport and all her papers in the guise of saying that I'm going to apply for citizenship. I need your passport. 6 months later, she realizes that her passport is nowhere to be seen and he has a citizenship. And when she asked, she says, why do you want to be a citizen? You're such a burden. You may have to go back anyway. And I'm going to be here. And she never understood. Women, for them to get empowered, the women who can become victims are the ones who do not take their own life in their own hands.
Yes.
You must
It's a key.
have, and there is a women who are completely unaware. How do banks work? Where do you get your bank tickets?
Yeah.
What does passport do? Driving licenses. These are all empowering tools.
Hmm.
And like you would like to keep your own jewelry to yourself, you must understand, make an effort to understand money. You may not make the best investments, you may not make the most lucrative investments,
Yeah.
but there should be some part of your money which is available to you 24 bar 7.
Yeah. Hmm.
There should be some amount which is your safety keeping.
The plan B.
Those women who do not do this, and I'm saying we're not talking about all husbands or all families being abusive. God bless every girl with a lovely family. God bless everybody with a beautiful, peaceful home. In those homes, also, I always ask women, please understand the it's not always about abuse, also, Shraddha. It can be about a calamity hitting. There are people, there is a sudden demise in the family. The rest of the family does not know where the bank accounts are. They're just not able to open lockers.
Hmm.
So that is the reason why there should be, you should be savvy about your money. You should be savvy about certain things which make you completely independent. In fact, I would go a step
Hmm.
ahead and say both their husband and wife should share the details of their accounts with each other.
Yeah, of course. So, doctor, uh, I have seen some cases in the lady is earning well, but she cannot spend her own money in her own way. So, how do you take this?
You are saying in some cases, I will say in majority of the cases.
Oh, I was never knew.
In majority of the cases. And yeah, yeah. I have seen enough in my counseling practice to know that this is not one of the cases. This is majority of the cases. And these are again what you started your talk show today. Who are the subjects who can become victims?
Yeah,
This class of women will also become victims.
but why?
So, what everyone needs to do is divide your, anybody who's listening, divide your money into three parts.
Hmm.
One for your family expenses, one for your saving, and one for that heyday which is only yours.
Hmm.
And in IS and in all the top exams, people are asked that you see a girl being molested by a guy in a public place.
Hmm.
The correct answer to this is, if she asks for help,
Hmm.
give all your help that you can. So,
Okay.
all the women out there who are going through this, they should be able to tell the husband, I am earning X amount of money, X minus one amount of money, I'm going to keep.
Hmm.
If it means a battle in the house, take the battle. If it means, if your husband is abusive, if he's not going to allow you that money, do it at your company level. Keep it with a friend.
Hmm.
If you think he's going to check your bank accounts, then get savvy, and whatever extra money you have from the house, I am telling you absolutely blunt ways. Whatever you save from house expenses, start keeping. And it's not with any bad intention that you will keep the money. Always keep a amount aside only for your heyday. May that day never come that you have a problem with your family, but
Mm-hmm.
it can actually be some money which can give you a lot of confidence. It can be an amount which can give you a certain degree of self possession.
Mm-hmm.
You may never use it now, but money is money. It can be of use later.
Mm-hmm.
Be in control of your finances. Those women or those men who do not control their finances get controlled by their spouse. And when you wake up in the morning, whatever may have happened for so many years behind you was then. The day you become aware and the day you start telling yourself, no, this is not what is right, if anything can change, please change it. Have a good dialogue with your spouse. Something can happen to him only, something can happen to you also. There are so many scenarios. It doesn't always have to be between husband and wife, it can be between mother and son.
Yeah, it can be.
I've had a place where the mother was hospitalized
Mm-hmm.
and the son was out of the country. The neighbor took the mother to the hospital.
Yeah.
Who is going to pay the bill of that old lady? So these are scenarios which are much beyond physical violence, or we're not talking about domestic violence. We're talking about a way of living which is sensible, which is the correct thing to do. And you can always talk out these things with your spouse that, hey, listen, it's not always about shopping. It can always be about an emergency, always.
Yeah.
So let's make this an
we
anthem.
call we call it emergency fund, but I think we should call it as a uh, strength fund. Like lack of information, lack of courage, lack of knowledge, I think makes a person victim, because dependency is not good.
Shraddha, everywhere we lead, knowledge is power. And whoever has the power is powerful. Whoever is powerful cannot be abused.
Yeah. So, doctor, you always talk about equality. So, we are talking about that the men's are also a victim. So, how they can become a victim, because they have raised with the, like, you are the boy, you are the son, you will become big man someday. So, how they can become a victim in this case, domestic violence?
Yes. See, this is your question itself tells us na, that we don't think that men can be victims. We always think that women are the weaker sex. We always think that women will always be victims and men can't. No, this is not true.
Mm.
There are a lot of cases, at least which I have dealt with, where the women married because of the man's money, and after 6 months, after 8 months of marriage, the man ran away and said that now I'm going to sue you for dowry harassment.
Mm-hmm.
So there
Yes.
are enough number of harassment. It doesn't always have to be physical abuse. It doesn't have to be somebody
Mm-hmm.
hitting each other. There
Mm-hmm.
can be a lot of blackmail. There can be a lot of malintention of marrying. And
That
so
kind
this is all a part of the same journey. Whenever any individual is having a mal intent, see, a mal intent a woman can have, a man can have. So mal intent is not gender based. And domestic violence is, it stems from a bad intention. It stems from being not in control of yourself. And
of.
it stems from when your own emotions just take the better of you, and you don't consider that man also has a space which you cannot impinge.
Mm-hmm.
So in that, I don't think it can be gender specific that only women do it or only men do it. Any individual who has this problem can do it.
Good. So I think that you have made it very much clear, and the experience can be different, and the cases of domestic violence can be different. Like some can be physical, some can be emotional, and some can be for the economical causes. For also. So
Yes.
perfectly all right. I think this is okay for today and for this topic. We'll have another session next time. Till then, thank you so very much, Dr. Surekha Tiwari, for coming in our shows. And viewers, if you want to
Thank you so much,
discuss,
sir. Thank you.
most welcome, doctor. So, viewers, if you want to discuss any kind of problem, any kind of solutions, you can always go to the description box. There is a email ID. You can see on the screen also anjana.singh at new2app.com. You can also contact to Dr. Surekha directly as well, and we will not disclose your identity. So, that's all for today. We'll meet next time. Till then, bye bye. Thank you. Namaskar.